Hi there guys, and welcome back to another episode of Naturally Rawsome. Today I want to talk to you about why I don't eat bread or any grain products. Well, didn't humans always eat bread or grains? And isn't whole grain supposed to be healthy because of all of the fiber and because it's good for digestion? I used to think that way too, but only until I found out that humans started eating grains only after the advent of grain agriculture, and that was almost 10,000 years ago. And even so, it might seem that humans must have adapted to that grain products during these 10,000 years. That is not the case. Before the advent of grain agriculture, humans were primarily fruit and vegetable eaters. So, no matter what age or gender, humans aren't designed to digest grains. But why do you want to avoid grain products if you're not gluten intolerant or you don't have any symptoms after eating gluten products? Well, grains like wheat, rye, barley, spelt, oats, and even rice contain a lot of insoluble fiber, which harms the inner lining of your gut and leads to an increased level of lubricating mucus in your gut. Whole grain products or fiber supplements are causing more harm than good because they destroy the inner lining of your gut and thus prevent the absorption of nutrients and lead to nutrient deficiencies. The soluble fiber that you can find in fruits and vegetables is much better for digestion and doesn't harm the inner lining of your intestinal tract. People with celiac disease only react more strongly to gluten or grain products than those without the disease. But even so, you might not have any symptoms after eating grains like diarrhea or abdominal pain. The symptoms are sneaky: hypothyroidism, diabetes, leaky gut, brain fog, depression, a weak immune system, and even obesity can be related to gluten consumption. Our bodies have the genetic potential to produce antibodies against gluten. So when the body doesn't react immediately against gluten, gluten proteins can enter the bloodstream more easily and trigger symptoms elsewhere in your body, like in your pancreas or in your thyroid. Due to Dr. William Davis, the author of Wheat Belly, the gliadin in wheat products can even increase your appetite and make you addicted. So that's why you can eat one cookie or bread after another and never get satiated. But bread, pasta, cakes, cookies, these are not the only products that contain gluten. Gluten can nowadays also be found in many convenience food and especially also in vegan products like seitan, which is made purely out of gluten. Another crucial factor is that grains must be cooked to be eatable. Grains are made up of complex sugars, which the body can't use right away to get energy. Our bodies first have to break down the complex sugars into simple sugars in order to fuel our cells. And any excess is then converted into and mostly stored as fat, which is why people are getting obese by eating lots of grain products. And even so, grain products have become very popular in nowadays nutrition. They are actually very low in nutrients, especially vitamins. They are hard to digest, fattening, and acid forming to our bodies, which needs to be slightly alkaline. So the constant consumption of grain products can lead to cancer, diabetes, arthritis, chronic fatigue, and even hypothyroidism. And the following facts are my top 4 reasons why I stopped eating grain products. Reason number 1: grains destroy the inner lining of your gut. Reason number 2: they reduce mineral absorption. Reason number 3: they cause gas and bloating. And reason number 4: they make constipation even worse. But what are the alternatives to gluten products? And what can I still eat? Well, there are a lot of replacements that you can use instead of grains, like wheat, barley, spelt, oat, and rye. Things like buckwheat, quinoa, millet, amaranth are all gluten-free and just as delicious as grain products. And if you need a really good replacement for pasta, you can always make zucchini noodles. They are full of nutrients, easy to digest, and taste just like the real pasta. But what can I use as an alternative for breads? I know that it can be very hard to stop bread consumption because it's so addictive. Well, if you need a very good replacement for bread or crackers, you can always make raw food crackers in the dehydrator or in the oven. Simply crush up some carrots, zucchinis, bell peppers, and other vegetables. Stir them to combine, spread them on a baking sheet and dehydrate them until they are crisp and almost like wheat crackers. I hope this video was helpful to you and made you realize that grain products, especially whole grain products, aren't all that healthy, and that grains haven't always been a part in humans' consumption. If you liked this video and it was really helpful to you, then give me a like and subscribe if you want to see more Rawsome tips and recipes. And until next time, remember, keep it light and simple, and as always, naturally Rawsome. See you soon! Naturally Rawsome!